Today I want to talk about where people actually get their water from. And what I mean is the process that takes place when it's taken from nature all the way to the point where it goes to your home and then from your home back into nature. People actually get their water from one source, but there's various sources throughout the United States. People can get their water from a lake, they can get it from a river, they can also get it from aquifer or groundwater. There's not one specific source people use because there's different entities that provide water. It's similar to grocery chains. A person can buy products from different grocery chains. Some grocery chains carry specific items, and that's no different in context of how people get their water. And the difference is the actual chemical and biological content that makes up the water. But in general, the water is taken from a river. And I'm just going to make one example instead of bringing up where different places get their water from. The water's taken from one water source. It could be a river, it could be a lake, it could be groundwater. That source is pulled up and sent to a facility. That facility removes any impurities that's in the water that's deemed unsafe for public usage. After the impurities are removed, the water is sent to something under the storage tank where it sits until there's a need for it. So whenever people turn on their water, the water is actually coming from a storage tank within a certain area. Um, the water gets used by people, and then after that, it's sent down a drain, or it could be sent somewhere else, maybe down a storm or a street drain, or somewhere where the water flows into. Once that water flows into the street drain or storage drain or sink or wherever the water's discharged into, it flows through a pipe that's connected to a system that's used for treating the water. Now, that system is typically operated, owned, and maintained by a specific municipality, or it could be a different entity that takes care of that system. So the water flows down a pipe and flows to the system. That system removes the impurities from the water. And the impurities have to be removed for water to be safe to be sent back into nature. So after the water is treated at what's called a wastewater treatment facility, that water is discharged back into nature. Nature is a natural buffer, and so that water is sent back into a river. It's never sent back into that groundwater system. If it's taken from groundwater system, it's not sent back into there. It could be sent back to a lake or a river, and from there, the water's filtered and naturally purified by nature. the process begins again because water is taken out of that water stream, and so this is a ongoing process, and that's why water treatment and wastewater treatment are important. The next couple of videos I'll be covering specific facilities and adding some context into those facilities and provide some type of information about the historical events that associated with those facilities.